welcome to another Marvel Legends review. My name is US Agent 27. The figure review today is going to be on the Marvel Legends Nightcrawler figure. I just got this figure in, actually, from a member on the MUCollectorclub.com webpage. His name is Gray Fox. He's up in Canada. I threw a message out there. I was looking for him, and he responded saying, "Hey, these are my local shop. I'm going to pick them up." And I was like, yeah, sure. He picked them up for me and then shipped them to me. So I just got this one in. I got Gambit in, too. I'm going to try to do a Gambit review right after this, too, and get these posted today. But I did want to get this review done. Someone was asking about the articulation on Nightcrawler, and I want to kind of go over that. Overall, I really like the sculpt of the figure. I'm going to give you a better look and how I have him posed. So I have him. So as you can see, he stands very well on his own. Leave it right about there. Alright, so let's talk about the actual paint on the figure. I'm going to be moving the camera around. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get a little clearer in just a second. Alright, so the paint on the figure. The paint is very, very nice. So let's talk about the head sculpt first, and the face. Of course, now you guys can't see it. Hold on. There it goes. I have to get better lighting, so I'm still playing around. I'm trying a white background this time. But the face looks very nice. It's got a very nice blue on it. The eyes are colored in like a gold yellow. The hair has a black over the blue, so some of the blue shows through. He's got bigger ears, as you can kind of see. And then the rest of the figure is pretty much this two solid colors, or three solid colors. We've got, excuse me, we've got black for the body parts, and we've got red for his, like his tunic, and white for his hands and his feet. So let's talk a little bit about the tunic part up here. This is like a softer material, so it is flexible. That's good. It doesn't hinder articulation at all. Nightcrawler is probably one of the most articulated figures that I have in the Marvel Legends scale. I can get him in a lot of different really cool poses, which is awesome. Okay, and then we have a flat black here, and then black, and then white on his feet and his hands. So overall, and then on the back, sorry, there is a little bit of shading in his back right there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Overall, he's a very impressive figure. The only thing, the only downfall with this figure that I see anyway is he's a little tall. When I think of Nightcrawler, I think kind of short, almost kind of like Wolverine. I don't know if he's supposed to be that way, but that's what I picture him from, like the X-Men animated series cartoon. So he's a little tall for me, so I'm probably, when I pose him, he'll always be in a crouching pose, just to kind of make him a little smaller. Alright, let's talk about articulation. So on his shoulders, well, let's start with the head. He has a hinged head, so it can go up, it can go down quite far, it can go left, right, back. So the head has a really, really nice range of movement, which is great, because if you are getting him in like a crouching pose or a fighting pose, you're going to want to be able to get his head to kind of go up quite a bit. Okay. Now he has a diaphragm joint up here, so he can swivel at the diaphragm. He also has an ab crunch. Now the ab crunch isn't, on mine anyway, it doesn't want to stay down or back, it just kind of moves a little bit. And he has a waist swivel. Now you have to be careful when you pose him, because if you pose him kind of like that, you can see that the black doesn't quite match up. And I don't know about you, I'm kind of nitpicky about that. I'd want it to always match up if I can. On his arms, he has a ball socket into the shoulder. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and he has forearm swivel. And then he has wrist articulation. It can go up, it can go back, and he has finger articulation. So these two fingers can kind of go up like that. His thumb is not articulated, which I was kind of surprised about. So this one's more like a crouching pose, I would say. On the other side, the wrist, the arm is exactly the same, but the hand is a little bit different. On this one, let's see if I can get him, so you guys can kind of see. These two fingers kind of clutch. You can do one at a time, so you can be like kind of like, hey, flipping you off, or clutching like a sword. That was the one thing I was kind of shocked that he didn't come with like a sword. Usually you see Nightcrawler whenever he's fighting with some kind of, you know, like I think like a pirate sword basically. But he didn't come with one. I'll just see if I can dig one out and find one, maybe from one of the Pirates of the Caribbean figures, and I'll just give him that. He has ball joints on his waist with a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, very important for posability. He has a calf swivel. Let's see if we can back that up. And then his feet are really, really weird. His feet are very well sculpted, let me get that right out. But they're also super articulated. He's got this little, I just turned his leg, but this little back joint here that can go up, it can go down. In the front, each toe is articulated. You can go back, that far down. And then, Toy Biz went a step further and they gave us this really deep ankle pivot. So you can get him in some really, really great, I mean, it's deep. I mean, that would, you know, hurt if I did it in real life. But you can get him in some really great poses. And then the other piece of articulation that he has is actually his tail. His tail is connected in the back, and this actually has a wire running through it, a bendy wire, kind of like what we've seen on the Scorpion figure or the Omega Red tentacles or Sentinel tentacles. And you can kind of just loop that around. So if you had, you know, extra display pieces, you could actually get him in where he's hanging by his tail, which is kind of cool. I usually just like unspin and I put it over to like the side. And like I said, you know, the way I had him posed at the beginning of the video is probably how I'm going to have him. So he's kind of crouched. Let me just back him up a little bit. Of course, I'm trying to do this on camera and he's not cooperating. There he goes. So I'll probably have him crouched like that. Maybe turn his head a little bit. So, anyway, Nightcrawler, if you guys don't have him, I would definitely pick him up. He, in my opinion, is a definite must-own. I have a feeling down the road we're going to see another Nightcrawler get released, probably in the X-Force colors. I don't know for sure, but that's just my feeling. They've pretty much completed the X-Force team, so it would make sense. I've seen some people have taken this figure and they've customized it and painted it up in the X-Force colors. That's another option, too, if you want to go that route. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, definite must-own figure. I mean, articulation is awesome on the figure. Paint is spotless on the figure. So if you guys don't have Nightcrawler, go pick him up, check him out on eBay. He's not too expensive. He'll run you maybe, you know, $20, $25. If you get him loose, probably cheaper than that. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my video. Please come join us on the www.mucollectorclub.com webpage. On there, come check out the forums. We talk about comics, toys, movies, whatever the case may be, and we'll talk about it. It's a great place to meet other people that are like you, that are checking out these videos and watching reviews, and you know, are collecting toys or comics or, you know, whatever. Just, you know, come check us out. We're a budding community, and we have a strong community right now. So, but you're always more than welcome to join and join in the fun. That being said, next review should be Gambit. Alright, thanks for checking out.